Thank you for joining us tonight to celebrate the 22nd anniversary of our Coral Reef Center and to raise funds to support our work. We've prepared a short video presentation highlighting some of our work this past year, which were made possible from generous contributions and support from many of you. Work that spans research on coral reefs and the Palau National Marine Sanctuary to workshops with world-renowned experts to outreach trips to outlying states. 2022 was a very busy year at our Palau International Coral Reef Center. Fieldwork in 2021 and 2022 continued for the Pan-MPA surveys, the analysis of over 200 water samples to determine level of ocean acidification around our reefs, eDNA research to determine biodiversity in the PNMS, with preliminary results identifying 404 individual species, and the collection of organs from yellowfin tuna for studies on reproduction and life cycle. We also initiated the PNMS Socioeconomic Research Project that included house-to-house surveys, and finally successfully completed our first pelagic baited remote underwater visual surveys and plankton tows to study larvae in the PNMS. Emerging from the difficult pandemic, new and innovative collaborations were launched, both locally and internationally. Among them, a project with Koror State Government and Palau Conservation Society to provide information for the Koror State Fisheries Management Plan. Reef stock assessments were presented to the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and the Environment, as well as 5 environmental assessments for the Environmental Quality Protection Board. Our researchers worked closely with the Olbil Ragululau and the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and the Environment to provide policy and regulation recommendations. Internationally, meaningful collaboration continued with Stanford University, Ryukyu's University, the Korean Institute of Ocean Science and Technology, and the JICA Coastal Management Project. A PNMS advisory committee was also established to bring different voices from government, civil societies, NGOs, and the business community to help provide input and guidance into the PNMS management. Along with all this, we organized a workshop with global experts and researchers of large-scale marine protected areas to develop the PNMS Science and Monitoring Strategy, at which leading experts from around the world met in our Gadarm conference room and provided invaluable input. In 2022, PICRC had a total of 13 publications. 6 articles were published in peer-reviewed scientific journals and 7 were published as technical reports. The scientific journal articles covered topics ranging from variability and heat tolerance, resistance and response to heat stress, threats from plastic pollution, and movement of large fishes in the Palau National Marine Sanctuary and the Western Pacific Ocean. The 7 technical reports covered research on the impacts of Typhoon Sergei on the western reefs of Palau to the status of marine protected areas. A socio-economic report on the perceived human well-being, benefits, and values of the Palau National Marine Sanctuary in Airai was also published as a technical report. Our Our outreach and aquarium programs were also revived after the pandemic, and during the 21st anniversary student carnival, we were able to engage with 13 different schools and over 500 students. During the year, the outreach team also visited Peleliu, Angar, and Kayangal, and gave presentations on our work. In total, more than 2,000 students were reached by PICRC's outreach team this year. In June, the Bariu Sul Ice radio talk show celebrated its first year of sharing our work with the people of Palau. One of the more festive, engaging programs last year was the PNMS music competition to engage local artists in outreach and awareness about the PNMS. There were 22 original submissions, and the top 7 were recognized during the final night market of 2022. 2022 also marked some significant changes with the center. The Palau Aquarium had most of its panels updated, and a new panel on fish tagging was added. The deep water display room was completed, and a project display on invasive species is currently under construction. The dedicated aquarium team established an ocean nursery with 2,000 clam seedlings as a part of the Giant Clam Project. They completed the Ngararat State Reef Restoration Survey and trained state rangers to collect data, all of which are in line with the new strategic plan to promote food security, coral restoration, community collaboration, and shifting more focus to education. A very important part of the center's mission is to enable capacity building within the staff and volunteers, and in 2022, administration staff underwent online training from the Association of Pacific Island Public Auditors to further their knowledge on how to be efficient and accountable in the use of public resources, and to be able to exchange ideas, experiences, problems, and identify solutions to manage the resources of the center. In addition, training in statistical analysis and Reef Cloud, a digital tool that uses machine learning to extract and share data from images of coral reefs, were completed by the research staff. Furthermore, 2 researchers completed 3-month fellowships at the University of Hawaii on ocean acidification. And finally, we are proud to announce that 2 of our very own PICRC team are currently completing their graduate studies for master's and PhD degrees. Ladies and gentlemen, these are just some of the highlights of our work in 2022. Work that we were able to achieve because of your generous support and partnership. With your support and partnership, we look forward to continuing our work and reaching new depths in 2023. Kamal Masulang.